Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I am joined by, of course, I love you co-host over on Twitch, Barb. And I'm joined today by the awesome, my big homie, Big Splash, aka Eric. You guys can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Oh, hi, I'm Barb.
Hi, I'm Eric, also known as Big Splash.
So we're just gonna talk about some GG today. Of course, it came out last year, June 11th, I believe. So its anniversary is coming up, and we just had that disaster of a live stream. I don't know. Oh, Barb, we did kind of talk about it. I know you watched it a little bit.
Yeah.
Eric, I don't know if you. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say it was very anticlimactic.
Yeah. Eric, I don't know if you watched the live stream where we were promised some season 2 information and stuff like that, and we got nothing. We just got merchandise, advertisement, and we got news for news, and we also got the beta that's supposed to be coming out, the crossplay beta. Allegedly, it was supposed to be dropping with season 2, but they said it's going to be dropping later this summer. So we're gonna do our own thing and make our own predictions as well for season 2. But enough with me talking. I've been talking this entire time. One of you two can go ahead and start. Your not first impressions, your impressions, the one so far.
I guess for me, season 1 was kind of lackluster with the release of new characters, but from the base game, I loved almost all of the characters to start. But I guess I'm hoping for a more well-rounded roster in season 2.
Now, when you say well-rounded, what do you mean by
that? I guess I mean characters that overall I enjoy playing more. I just didn't really get into most of the characters, especially the first couple releases of the first season.
I get that. I forget. Who was Jacko? Was the first character?
Yeah, it was Gold Lewis, then Jacko, then Happy Chaos, and I almost lost hope.
Yeah, and then and the thing about Gold Lewis is pretty trash, pretty bottom tier, and a lot of people couldn't get with his inputs, the half circles and all that stuff. So it's like his design was very cool. I don't remember his lore from the scores. I can pull that up yourselves, but I just know his design and stuff like that was super dope.
He was like the Secretary of Defense, I'm pretty sure.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because we got the whole White House level with him.
Right.
He's America Man.
How about you, Eric? What are your thoughts?
So this is like the first Guilty Gear that I put a ton of time into, and overall I think the roster is really solid. I think they're all they're all really unique and have things that are like really unique to them. Like for example, like nobody like in the game plays like really how like a Zato plays or like an Axel plays, which is what I really like.
That's really true.
And this first season was interesting because like the first like 3 characters were kind of like, I'd say like weirdos in a way. Like they definitely had like, they were kind of difficult to like get the hang of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Jacko is super big brain.
They were not beginner-friendly characters at all.
I feel like the only kind of beginner-friendly character is like Biken.
Yeah, once we got towards the end of the season releases, I was super happy.
And you know what's crazy? You said Biken is beginner friendly. In the older games, her execution was a lot harder than it is now. They got rid of a lot of her stuff in the older games. It's cool that you said that Strive was your first Guilty Gear. My first Guilty Gear was Plus R, and I don't know. I'm sure back when that came out, games came out complete, full with no DLC and stuff. But going from that, I didn't play much of Xrd. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Tomato. But I haven't played much of Xrd, so I don't know how that game did its DLC and stuff like that. But I can say going from Plus R going to Strive, the ease of access definitely went down, if that makes sense. But that's not completely bad because, Plus R, I feel like if you don't play that game daily, you'll lose like everything. Whereas Strive, you can skip 2 or 3 days, get back into it, and it's kind of like riding a bike with specific characters.
And I mean, for me, Strive wasn't just my first Guilty Gear game, really. This was my first fighting game, really. I had actually learned and tried to learn. I dabbled in other games, but I think for my first real delve into trying to be a legitimate fighting game player, it was a really easy transition. Like the tutorials they have and like the explanation of how the moves work and their menus, it was I think a really good like introduction into the genre for me.
That's good. That's a solid point there. Strive definitely has the tools for people who are just diving into fighting games. So yeah, that's pretty solid too. And it's good that you bring that up. But I hope that they add in season 2, or I think they need to make this a standard for fighting games, is an online training lobby like King of Fighters has. I don't understand.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, I don't understand why that's not standard now with fighting games, especially with COVID and how that's turned the world around. Maybe it should be standard going forward, but maybe they can add that in season 2, season 3. I don't know, but I think that's something to
It'd definitely be good, like just for like if you want to like get together with friends and like
practice mode.
But also like let's say you want to be like coached and you find like a fighting game coach. It's just like a great way to like be able to do that just through like online and not have to like
feel like you're getting body.
Like, go into like a versus match.
Yeah. Because like, that Barb and I will be playing sometimes, and he's playing like a Testament, for example. I'll try to do or show her something, like an air combo or something like that, and it's like I have to go back to the room, pick Testament, do a whole fight, make sure she doesn't die, or I gotta make sure there's the conditions are specifically met to do what I'm trying to do or show her, and it's just a whole lot. And compared to King of Fighters,
then we also run out of time too. Then they'll time out.
Yep.
But I think my thoughts for season 2 character-wise, what I think they need to do is maybe relax on these brand new characters, because I think that takes the most time and resources, and just give us someone that hasn't been in the game for a while. Cliff. But anyway,
yes.
Zappa.
Zappa too, but
I've been wanting like Cliff and Justice back in a Guilty Gear game forever.
Justice.
So I'd love to see them like this season would be awesome, but like or like a potential like season 3.
I think we could definitely get if they play their cards right, and just like we're discussing, release the characters that fans want. Not saying season 1 didn't do that, but like I don't think we really needed Jacko. I'm just saying. I felt like she came and went, like she didn't make much of an impact overall on the roster, which to me kind of feels like a waste. Whereas Happy Chaos, well, we'll see. Here's the thing with Happy Chaos. Happy Chaos is the meta right now, apparently. So at least we got something with that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Between Happy Chaos and Soul, I know Happy Chaos is super big brain, so he's not very popular, but I know he's very, very strong.
And I think because like the first 3 characters were all like pretty important characters in the story mode, so that's probably why like those 3 were like the first ones.
Got you. That makes sense.
That does make sense.
Okay, so I got a question. Who do y'all want buffed in season 2, and who do y'all want nerfed?
Anji buff, please.
Obviously, just buff May. She needs it really badly.
Are you sure Anji needs buffs, man? Because like, I've been seeing some crazy stuff, and I'm like, he seems pretty strong. Like, what do you think needs buff besides the butterfly?
Oh man,
And obviously, I'm not an Anji main. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
But like for me, just from the little bit that I play him, I think they need to. I don't know how to say it in fighting game terminology, but speed up the butterfly coming out because it takes too long. It's like a 7-frame move. And honestly, I think that move could be full screen if you really want my honest opinion. And maybe make the butterfly a little faster.
I could see that.
Yeah. Because I mean,
Axel.
I don't even know where to start with that guy. I've never really touched Axel. Barb, you played him more than me. So what do you think?
I wanna like him so bad. I love him in Plus R.
Well,
yeah.
So
he's just so hard when you're
So what's the difference between him and Plus R and Strive?
I just feel like his recovery is better. Like it just seems like you aren't as debilitated when you're swinging it out. That like you have to wait for it to come back, and you're just defenseless. It just seems like he's kind of caught in the recovery a lot more with a lot of his moves.
Okay. I think they can nerf Ram, like actually nerf Ram. I don't really know with Soul, cause Soul is bullshit, but he's like, if you know a Soul, you can call that bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's bullshit blazing.
Yeah. Definitely buff Gold Lewis for sure, because he's cool.
Yeah.
I like the big characters. We definitely got to get him up there somewhere. At least to Potemkin level. You know what I mean?
I think
Buff
Faust
Anji.
could use some buffs.
Oh my
Faust
god,
could
yeah. How
definitely
can I
use
forget
some buffs.
Faust? Yes, we got to get Faust up there. And that's crazy. Now that you bring him up, I used to main Faust back in Plus R, like heavy, and I actually mained him back in the beta days of Strive. But when Strive dropped, actually I was playing him a little bit when Strive first dropped. He was one of the characters.
You did play him.
Yeah, before I picked up Nago officially. Man, I would get bodied with Faust. Let's see, what else? Oh, okay, yeah. Add more colors. That's it. Add more colors, and we need some more stages.
Yeah.
There we go.
Or even well, that might be asking too much. I was gonna say they add all these customization things, maybe like a second costume for at least some of like the main characters or something.
Like alternate costumes?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, you're definitely digging into the pockets with that one.
I know I'm digging. I just they gave us like figurines and room decoration. I don't know. I don't think that's too crazy, right?
No, maybe like season 3 or something like that, or like how they did in Fighters when they did like that in that last patch, which changed the whole game. I mean, it's very much possible. Guilty Gear is very popular, so we ultimately don't know. So, you guys have any closing thoughts or statement about Strive Season 1?
Overall, I loved it, and I don't regret any of the million hours I put into this game.
Yeah, honestly, same. Like, Strive has been like, it's honestly one of my favorite fighting games. Like one of my favorite like modern fighting games. I've put a lot more time into it than most other fighting games I've played. I really enjoyed. I love the characters. I love the story, as nonsensical as it is. I love just like the gameplay. It's great. It's great.
I like to put out there, the community is not bad. I've actually met a couple people through Strive, and they're pretty decent. So I can honestly say the community isn't toxic like some other fighting game communities out there, whatever you want to call it. So that's something to mention as well. People are very helpful. Some people are helpful when it comes to this game. My like predictions or whatever for season 2 here. I hope the music still slaps. You know, they stay consistent with that because the music has been banger. Oh, I have a confession I'd like to say here on recording, because I know I've tweeted it a good number of times. I've talked bad about it. Testament theme is fucking fire. Testament's theme is fire. I love it. It has grown on me. I appreciate it. So devs out there, keep up the good work on the music. It is phenomenal. But yeah, I think my biggest thing above like everything else, I would like a couple more stages. I am a sucker for stages.
Oh yeah. Well, they have been dropping just about. Did they do a stage with every character in season 1, or was it just a couple?
No,
it was just biking.
It was just
biking
and
White House.
Yeah, in the White House.
Okay.
So we'll just say go.
Okay.
But the White House stage does have like 4 transitions, so that stage is dope. Yeah. So, okay, all right. Even if they give us like, let's just say realistically 2 stages, and they just give us a bunch of those transitions, I'd be cool with that as well, because those things are really cool. I like those.
Yeah, any stage, as long as it's as well developed as all of these ones.
Yes,
They're so good.
Absolutely. But yeah, I've also enjoyed the disgusting amount of hours I put into it as well. I can't say, I can't, it's hard for me to say this is my favorite modern fighting game, because I put a grotesque amount of hours into Dragon Ball Fighters. That's still a modern fight, right?
Right. Yeah.
But I can say I've participated in tournaments with Strive, whereas I have not with Fighters. But I've played online ranked more in Fighters, but not as much in Strive. So it's kind of like an equal thing there. But regardless, it's an amazing game. I love it. Thank you both for hanging out and talking some Strive with me. folks out in the world, thank you all for listening to us ramble about this game. When this video drops, whenever it drops, I hope it finds you all out there somewhere in the universe. That being said, it is Nard out from Kennard Review. Thank you all for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.